Not so long ago, a construction took place, right here. Greetings and welcome. Finally, I managed to create something worth to show. Since some time now, I want to retire my old and worn out tricycle car from 2016. I tried that back in 2020 with my tricycle car number 14. But that thing is more like a display thing to watch, because actually driving that thing around is a real pain because of its heaviness. This new version looks and feels very promising. Of course, it isn't finished yet, but already something to look forward to. But to reach this point where I am now, I had to do a lot of work. If I'm correct, I started in October 2023, of course. Well, looks good enough. So one wheel is finished. Let's do the second one. For the front wheels I take two old wheelchair wheels because of that special hub, which allows me to mount the wheel with just one connection point. No wheel fork required. But the problem is that those wheelchair wheels have that fantasy dimension where you can't find some decent tires. So there's no other option than to change those rims. Choosing 26 inch, in my opinion the best size and even a little bit bigger than those original wheelchair wheels. I calculated the length of those spokes a little bit short. But it's still alright to go on, thank goodness. While installing those spoke top nuts, I figured out that I can use another spoke as tool to put the nuts inside that hollow rim. Two front wheels ready, now making that little chain pulley. Back then I used some old ancient aluminum plate. Want to do it exactly the same again. The problem, where to find another of those rare aluminum plates? Nothing here. I remember, wasn't there one of those plates around the vegetable patch? Yes, I found one, but it's in a bad shape. Maybe I can find another one in the woodshed. Where is it? It has to be there. Hamburg?
Hamburg ist ein schönes Städtchen.
Nah, not today. Oh, there you are. That old aluminum plate got the perfect material thickness to work with. Yeah, didn't record much. And here you can see it mounted on its final place. Also you can see the whole drivetrain from the back wheel over those two pulleys until the front to the crankset. A real question is, how did I build, or rather improved, that rear suspension pivot? The answer, the inner tie rod end of a modern car. Those things are great and for free, because worn out and found them in the junk. Anyway, two next to each other and you have made yourself a hinge joint. Huh, so that's the reason why my stick welder suddenly stopped working. Alright. By the way, do you remember that car seat? It's from my already gone summer project. That stupid old wheel carry pit stop car, which I transformed into some green thing. To make it quick, there was a little fire and some serious engine problems. So I finished it for good. Couldn't see that thing anymore around. But at least the seat and even the steering wheel will live on into my new tricycle car. What's with the steering system? At first I just wanted to copy the system of the first car. Of course, with the addition of the Ackermann principle. But still, those wires were just a stupid solution. I think a single tie rod should work instead. Oh yeah, you noticed the bearing of the steering shaft at its end? Therefore, I'm using one single inner tie rod end, which will support the rotating movement. In between there was a little testing, if everything works and drives. Finally I could add all those aluminum sheets for the whole body to make the frame stable and rigid. In fact, all the plates are function as load-bearing parts. Only all parts together equals a functional unit. That construction mode saves a lot of weight.
Und biegt es sich gut oder schlecht?
A little bit of sheet metal bending and even some sheet metal rolling for that smooth round shape. While removing the seat again, because I had to do some work to the ground plate, I decided that I had to rebuild the front seat mounting beam, because it was just completely unbearable. Much better.
Und wie luftet?
Ich bin gerade 10 Meter gefahren.
Ja, und nach 10 Meter? Gut?
Finally, the first test drive over a distance of about 30 kilometers. Yeah, the second brake isn't installed yet. Not sure if I did a mistake with the chain drive. It's running quite tilted. You hear that sound? It's coming from the drivetrain. To be more precise, the rear cassette. The chain is jumping some teeths. Well, just for the construction, I took some already worn out chains, which you shouldn't drive anymore. The complete chain consists out of 3 chains, I think. At least one of them got a little bit of life left. Just great. The front derailleur isn't very responding too. Crap, the steering wheel shaft is a tiny little bit too short also. Wow, a great spot, perfect for just entering the water. Should I try it? Don't do it. It's the wrong vehicle for that.
Die erste Fahrt.
Warte. Mein MP3-Player hat noch eine Tasche.
Yeah, you're right. Back to the topic. Behind the driver's seat there's a little trunk, like always. The ground clearance is also improved. Another point on my error list, no mud guards on the front axle. All those problems aside, me already like it. Crap! A closed barrier. Have to carry it around. Or can I go beneath it? No trucking way. Just going beneath the radar.
Wunderbar!